Hey everybody, welcome to Devitos Gaming. Today we are taking a look at Tiny Epic Galaxies, another Tiny Epic game from Gamelin Games. So the Tiny Epic series, if you don't know anything about them, they're a small box game, but they have a big game feel and have a lot of content packed into these little boxes. Of course, the newest one out is the expansion to this, the Tiny Epic Galaxies Beyond the Black. And later this year, Tiny Epic Quest is going to be coming out, which we'll take a look at when that comes out. There's also quite a number of titles that are currently available that you could check out. And anyways, we're going to take a look at this one today, a game of intergalactic conquest. So at the heart of this, it's a dice roller, and then sort of a worker placement, resource management type thing. Each player is the leader of their own galaxy race. Oh, sorry. And you're expanding out into the universe, trying to expand onto different planets and gain points along the way. So here is the rule book. Laid out pretty nicely, actually. All the different actions you can do. And yeah, there we go. Now, one thing I do like about the Tiny Epic games as well is they really do use everything. So as you can see on the inside of the boxes here, I'll just take everything out so you can see. There is your reference sheet right on the back, or the inside of the box there. Oh, just an extra bag there. And then, if you want to roll your dice in a little tray, you can use the lid of the box as well there. So at the heart of the game, you have your little player board here, and it shows you a couple of different things. You've got your your resources here, which is your culture and your energy, and then you've got the number of dice that you roll per turn, and the number of ships that you have under your control, which are determined by the level of your empire here. So as you go through the game, you're going to try and upgrade your empire so that you get more dice to roll each turn and more ships to utilize throughout the game. And there's just the different playmats there. There is also a solo version of the game. So on the back side, you have the solo variants for the AI opponents and stuff like that. These are, they could be, a little thicker, but they're not too bad. They are on a bit of a thicker card. They do have a nice feel to them as well. And here is the dice bay. So like I mentioned, it is a dice roller at heart. So you'll roll your dice, and then there's the different actions that you take with those dice here, and you sort of slot them in as you go. Now, you can also, to help mitigate your rolls and stuff, you can swap dice in to get one die, two for one kind of deal of a side that you really want, kind of thing. So we'll take a look at the dice here now. So these are the custom dice for the game. They've got the different symbols for everything on there. They've got actually a nice, like, smoky, marbly look to them. I don't know if you can see that, but they are quite nice. So another cool thing, they've got all the different components here, and they've got the custom little meeples for the ships, which are cool. And in the expansion, actually, there's specialized ships, so they come with even more unique little wooden ships. And I mean, these are quite nice quality. They're just little wood tokens, but they're shaped nicely, and yeah, they've got a nice quality to them. And then even here, you've got your culture tokens, and they've got the little symbol printed on them and everything. And then these are your energy cubes, which again, they have the symbol printed on them there, so that you keep track of on your board there for your resources. So it's a little bit of resource management and worker placement, because you've got these planet cards here, and there will be a certain number of them available, kind of in the middle of the board. And each planet, has a special ability on it. So when you're launching a ship, you can either land on the planet to take its ability, or you can orbit the planet, I think, to get the ability, and then you can land on the planet, and you can try and increase your control there. And then when you get to the max number, you would take this planet back to your sort of area, and then that ability becomes available to you, and no one else can land there and take that ability from you. They're also worth victory points. More victory points, the more that you have to spend there. But yeah, they sort of show which resource you gain from it as well. So there's a resource. I think it's utilize colony. I can't remember the exact action, but basically when you're there, you also gain resources when you take that action. One of the coolest functions of the game is the culture. You can actually follow someone else's actions. So, a lot of times games, they feel very solo play and you're just waiting for your turn to come again. But with the culture aspect of it, on another player's turn, you want to be paying attention, because if you have culture to spend, if they take an action that you really want to do, you can follow them by spending culture and then get to do that action as well on their turn. So you do want to pay attention to that, and kind of brings people a little bit more into the game. But anyways, there is Tiny Epic Galaxies. You can see here Tiny Epic Kingdoms and Tiny Epic Western. They've got little advertisements for those there on the box. So those are some of the other titles. But Tiny Epic Galaxies, a lot of fun. You can check out a really good gameplay video of it on Tabletop. Will Wheaton's Tabletop. They do a great video of it. But anyways, yeah, thanks for stopping by. And till next time, keep gaming.